December 3, 1999. Monaco. Just before 5 a.m., smoke was rising inside a luxury penthouse in the La Belle Époque building, behind bulletproof glass and steel-reinforced doors. Inside, billionaire Edmund Safra, 67, was trapped in a panic room with 2 nurses. The phone was screaming for help, but firefighters could not get in. The security system designed to keep outsiders away had, in that moment, become a cage. 2 hours passed before the door was broken down. Edmund died, and 1 nurse survived. But the fire revealed more than a tragedy. It opened a crack in an old world that lived by one rule: the less people knew about you, the more power you had. The name Safra means little to most people. And that was exactly part of the model. Over 6 generations, the family built a transcontinental banking network serving private fortunes, governments, and powerful families. When Edmund died, the text described the network he ran as touching nearly $1 trillion in private wealth. No loud publicity. No detailed annual reports. Just organized silence. Unlike financial dynasties that made themselves visible in public, the Safra family chose another path. Privacy was not a side detail. It was the firewall, the product, and the way to survive. The story begins in Aleppo, with gold, trade, and caravans crossing Ottoman routes. A small banking business built on trust and relationships, not on media presence. Then the family moved to Beirut, and later to Brazil. In São Paulo in 1952, Jacob Safra began building Safra Bank amid a fast-growing economy and looser oversight. The rule repeated itself: go to markets that need capital, build ties with those who need secrecy, and stay out of the spotlight as much as possible. Edmund understood the game early. He left Brazil for Geneva and then New York, and in 1966 founded Republic National Bank of New York, a conservative private bank for wealthy international clients. On the surface, it was a disciplined bank. But behind the facade, as the text describes it, it became a gateway for money seeking a quiet passage between countries, systems, and financial havens. The innovation was not in one building, but in the network: companies, funds, holding entities, and legal layers spread across jurisdictions that could not see the full picture at once. A regulator in New York might see an orderly bank. A regulator in a financial haven might see an ordinary trust company. The full picture remained scattered in the minds of only a few. By the 1990s, Edmund had become one of the world's most powerful bankers, without the world really knowing his face. No public speeches. Few photos. No need to be seen. But the fortress he built out of secrecy began to crack from within. Not first because of the market, but because of family, illness, and conflicts of interest. In the late 1990s, Edmund was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. The man who was used to controlling every detail began losing control of his body, while his wife Lily stepped in to manage what he no longer could. And in the background, the Safra family was not a single throne. Edmund had 2 brothers, Joseph and Moise, each with his own operations and interests. The name was one, but the kingdoms were not. Safra Bank expanded strongly in Brazil, and with that expansion came questions and investigations tied to financial channels and political accounts. Some cases ended in settlements or were closed, and the family stayed silent. That silence was costly. A network spread out like that can protect secrets, but it can also make any thread in São Paulo raise questions in Geneva, New York, or Luxembourg. As Edmund grew ill, the center of control weakened. Each branch had its own interests, each entity its own risks, and no one saw the full map as the modern founder once did. So the Monaco penthouse was not just a luxury home. It reflected a mind living in a world where suspicion was part of management: bulletproof glass, reinforced doors, safe rooms, and cameras in every corner. When the fire started, Edmund followed the rule he had lived by for so long: lock the door, wait for help, trust the fortress. But the fortress that protected him from outside kept him from getting out. After the fire, details emerged that the family did not want in public. Not all the financial secrets, but the cost of living inside a system that trusted doors more than people. The official story said Nurse Tedmar started the fire in an attempt to stage a heroic rescue and win Edmund's favor. Later, he recanted his confession, and some details remained in question. Mar was convicted and sentenced to prison. But even after the trial ended, the story remained bigger than one man, a man who built his life on the assumption that enemies would one day come. After Edmund's death, the machine did not stop. Republic National had been sold to HSBC for more than $10 billion, and other Safra entities continued in Brazil, Switzerland, Luxembourg, and the Caribbean. What the Monaco fire exposed was not all the hidden money, but the human cost of money when it turns into isolation. Privacy becomes a fortress, and then the fortress becomes a cage. That is the Safra rule as the text presents it: old money does not shout, does not explain itself, and does not like the light. But when it cracks, we do not just see wealth, we see the fear that guarded it. Every billion has a backstory.